Jimmy Uso crippled after emergency surgery gone wrong. Naomi breaks down in tears. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. In a heartbreaking turn of events that has shaken the entire WWE Universe, Jimmy Uso, one half of the legendary Uso Brothers, has reportedly been left crippled following a botched emergency surgery. What was meant to be a routine recovery operation turned into a devastating life-altering moment. Naomi, his wife and WWE Superstar, has broken down in tears as the gravity of Jimmy's condition sinks in. This tragic story has sent shockwaves across the wrestling world. Today, we take a closer look at what happened, how this tragedy unfolded, Naomi's emotional response, and what this means for Jimmy Uso's future. The accident that led to surgery. It all began just days after WWE's most recent pay-per-view. Jimmy Uso was riding a wave of momentum, having re-established himself as a key player on SmackDown. But life outside the ring took a sudden dark turn when Jimmy reportedly suffered a freak accident while leaving a training facility in Pensacola, Florida. Sources close to the family say Jimmy slipped on a wet surface near the parking lot, landing awkwardly on his back and hip. While the injury initially appeared minor, Jimmy began experiencing numbness in his legs just hours later. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where doctors quickly discovered internal spinal complications. It was determined he needed emergency spinal stabilization surgery. WWE officials, including Triple H, flew out to Florida to be by his side, and Naomi stayed in the hospital for more than 30 straight hours. Surgery gone wrong. Jimmy Uso was taken into surgery around 4 a.m. the following morning. The operation, according to medical experts, was supposed to relieve pressure from his lower spine and prevent nerve damage. But something went terribly wrong during the procedure. Just 2 hours into surgery, complications began to arise. One insider revealed that doctors struggled to maintain stability around the L4 and L5 vertebrae. A surgical mishap reportedly resulted in a spinal nerve being compressed rather than decompressed. When Jimmy came out of anesthesia, he immediately knew something was wrong. He was unable to move his legs. Panic swept through the hospital room as Naomi screamed for doctors. A second CT scan confirmed the nightmare scenario. Irreversible damage had been done to the nerves controlling Jimmy's lower body. The diagnosis: partial paralysis from the waist down. Jimmy Uso, one of the most dynamic in-ring performers of this generation, was now crippled. Naomi's heartbreak. Naomi, real name Trinity Fatu, reportedly broke down in uncontrollable tears upon hearing the prognosis. One nurse at the facility later described Naomi's reaction: "It was like watching someone's soul shatter in real time." She collapsed to the floor, sobbing, whispering Jimmy's name over and over. Close friends and WWE superstars like Bianca Belair and Bayley rushed to the hospital to support Naomi, but she reportedly refused to leave Jimmy's side. According to sources, Naomi has been sleeping in a chair next to Jimmy's hospital bed every night. She's turned down WWE bookings, media interviews, and even potential endorsement opportunities to remain at his side 24/7. WWE reacts 1600 to 2100. Backstage in WWE, the reaction has been one of absolute shock and sorrow. Triple H reportedly held an emergency talent meeting at Raw, informing superstars of the incident. A moment of silence was observed before the show went live. Roman Reigns, Jimmy's cousin and tribal chief of the bloodline, is said to be devastated. He reportedly canceled appearances and issued a brief emotional statement on X, formerly Twitter. "Family always comes first. Jimmy, you're a warrior. We'll fight this with you. Use for life." Jey Uso, Jimmy's twin brother, was in tears during a live backstage segment and had to be written off that night's episode of Raw due to emotional distress. Paul Heyman was also seen visibly shaken. WWE has reportedly placed both Jey and Naomi on a personal leave of absence with full pay, allowing them to focus entirely on Jimmy's recovery. Inside Jimmy's recovery room, a close friend of the family, who asked to remain anonymous, gave a heartbreaking inside look at what it's been like inside Jimmy's hospital room. "He's trying to stay strong, but he's scared. Jimmy keeps asking, 'Am I ever going to walk again?' And the doctors just don't have an answer. Naomi keeps holding his hand, whispering, 'You're still my king.' Jimmy reportedly broke down and cried when Naomi played him a video compilation of their wrestling highlights together, from mixed match challenge to live house shows. Nurses say Naomi sings to Jimmy every night before he sleeps. Despite the pain, she remains his rock, reminding him daily, "We're in this together, forever." WWE has also arranged for a private in-room therapist and 24/7 care. The company is covering all medical expenses under its Superstar wellness program. Outpouring of support, fans across the globe have come together in support of Jimmy Uso. The hashtag pray for Jimmy has trended worldwide, and thousands of messages have poured in across social media. Top names in the industry including The Rock, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Becky Lynch have posted heartfelt tributes. The Rock, "Family is everything." Jimmy, "I love you, Uso. Stay strong." John Cena, "One of the best tag team competitors ever. We're all behind you, Jimmy." Bianca Belair, "Naomi is one of the strongest women I know. She'll lift Jimmy back up." WWE has also launched a tribute video featuring career highlights of Jimmy Uso, his title wins, his iconic moments in the bloodline, and his legendary promos. The video ends with the words, "Once an USO, always an USO." A GoFundMe campaign launched by fans has already raised over $500,000, even though Jimmy's expenses are covered. The funds will now be used to start a foundation for injured athletes in Jimmy's name. Uncertain future. Doctors have stated that Jimmy's condition may improve with intense therapy, but a full recovery is unlikely. Jimmy is expected to remain in a wheelchair indefinitely. While some muscle movement has been detected in his thighs, there's currently no function below the knees. There are discussions about experimental procedures, including stem cell treatments abroad, but these are not guaranteed. Naomi has told WWE that if Jimmy doesn't return to wrestling, she likely won't either. Her focus, she said, is now fully on her husband. Despite the pain, there's a glimmer of hope. Jimmy has reportedly asked his physical therapist if he can learn how to dance in a wheelchair, showing that his fighting spirit remains. Message from Naomi. 3 days after the news broke, Naomi finally shared an emotional message on Instagram. "I haven't left his side. I can't even process what's happened, but I know one thing, my husband is the bravest man I know. We didn't plan for this, but we'll survive it together. Jimmy, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I'll be by your side every single day." The post featured a photo of Naomi holding Jimmy's hand in the hospital bed, with both their wedding rings in focus. The comments were filled with support, from WWE superstars to everyday fans. Sasha Banks, "You're both warriors. I love you." Montez Ford, "Uso, we're riding this with you." Bailey, "My heart is with you. Whatever you need, we got you." Jimmy Uso's wrestling career may be on hold, or possibly over, but his story is far from finished. What he's shown in these past few weeks is the strength of a true warrior, not just in the ring, but in life. And through it all, Naomi has shown us what unconditional love truly looks like. We'll continue to keep Jimmy and Naomi in our thoughts. We pray for recovery, for peace, and for the strength to face this unimaginable challenge. Once an USO, always an USO. Stay strong, Uso. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment showing love to Jimmy and Naomi below.